Welcome. I'm Pastor Trent of Beulah Heights Wesleyan Church, and we're going to be coming back together on August the 2nd, and we're looking forward to that. We wanted to provide you with this video to give you a little bit of information about our reopening plans. We are excited about this. I know that some of you have been watching the announcements, you've been watching the sermon, you've been watching the music videos when we've had those available. And so for 19 weeks, you have been with us through this, and we appreciate that so much. I appreciate the technology that's available that we can do this. And I also appreciate Ed making the CDs and taking those to the folks that don't have Facebook. For those of you that choose to stay out just a little bit longer because of health reasons, safety concerns, your own health care, or maybe a family member's well-being, that's fine. We completely understand that. Now, some of my best advice is going to come in these first couple moments of this video. And it's very important that you listen to me on this. For 19 weeks, you've been watching these videos. And some of you have been watching these in your pajamas. Some of you have been watching these with your hair up in rollers and curlers. You've been eating breakfast and watching the sermon or the announcements. You've been sitting in your lazy boy chair or sitting on the couch. Some of you, I know this is out of a congregation, you've got to have somebody that's just laying there in bed, just watching it from while they're just holding their phone up and just watching it there. But as comfortable as we want you to be in the sanctuary whenever we come back, and we're going to give you a tour of that in a few moments, please don't wear your pajamas to church, okay? That's all I'm asking. We would rather not see that, okay? So you can wear them to Walmart. Everybody wears, at nighttime, wears their pajamas to Walmart. So don't wear your pajamas, and please take your hair out of the rollers for Sundays when we come back together. Now, if you're still on video, that's fine. But I just wanted to make that announcement. So a couple more things I want to share with you. First of all, please do not return to church until you feel safe to come back. This is a personal decision that all of us have to make, and it's based on your own health and your personal risk factors. Also, there will be a list of the symptoms that we posted on the door. We'll show you that in just a moment, but here's the poster. It says, know your W's, wear a cloth cover over your mouth and nose, and wait 6 feet apart, avoid close contact. Wash your hands or use hand sanitizer. Now, these will be posters that'll be around, but I want to share with you the symptoms. We do not want you coming to church. It says, stop, do not enter if you have these symptoms of COVID-19. Congestion or runny nose, headache, sore throat, nausea or vomiting, cough, shortness of breath or difficult breathing, new loss of taste or smell, diarrhea, fever or chills, muscle pain or fatigue. Staying apart brings us together. Protect your family and neighbors. And so those signs will be on the door. You also have another one that says to know your W's, and it'll be very specific there. So those will be posted on the door. Also, we're asking that you, until we get the all clear on this thing and things are much better, but we're asking you not to shake hands and to give out hugs. Now that's hard because I'm used to shaking hands and I'm used to giving hugs. But until it's safe to do so, we're asking you not to. We ask that any social distance and any socializing be conducted in the parking lot if you feel safe to do that, outside while you're still practicing social distancing. For now, there will only be a 10:45 a.m. service on Sunday mornings. It will be shorter than our normal Sunday morning service, our typical Sunday morning service. We will continue to post the online Sunday school lessons that are being taught by Dr. Bob Black. And until the virus situation improves, we will not be having any Sunday evening services. We will continue the Wednesday night prayer meeting conference calls. Now we're out on the porch, and as you walk into the church, we're going to ask that you come in through the door where the ramp is. This other door will be open for circulation, but it's going to be marked off with some cones. On the floor in the porch are 3 stickers that are 6 feet apart. And you can see at least one of those here. It says, please keep safe distance, wait here. And so as you come in, The safety team is going to help you in. They'll be 6 feet apart. The safety team members will be on the porch, and we'll ask you to just stay on the stickers or next to the stickers until you're asked to move forward or the family in front of you moves. So also these outer doors will be open. I already mentioned that. And the vestibule outer door, this door right here, while we're entering and exiting the church, will be propped open. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. As we continue sharing these instructions, we want to talk about masks for just a moment. We'd ask that you bring your own mask if you have a mask. And if you don't have one, they are available in some Ziploc bags that are in the vestibule. They have been handled carefully and put in a bag just so that there's no germs that we put on those. Please ask a safety team member to get you one. We strongly recommend a mask. We strongly recommend that you wear a mask, but they're not going to be required. I mentioned this on this past Wednesday night in our prayer meeting conference call. Didn't give specific verses, but Romans 12:10 says to honor one another above yourselves. And Philippians 2:3 says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interest, but each of you to the interest of others. We believe that we need to wear a mask to help show love for others. If you cannot wear a mask for medical reasons, we understand that. That's fine. If you do not wear one and you do that in rebellion against the governor or for other political reasons, that's another issue. Personally, I believe, and I believe I could prove it to you, that the New Testament is clear that our love for other people and our concern for others takes precedent. And also, the New Testament shows that we're to show respect for the governing authorities. Out of Romans chapter 13, and there's another chapter as well. But that's the deal about masks. If you have one, please wear it. And we're going to ask that you keep it on when you're in the church. Also, the person at the swinging, there's going to be a person right here, and I'll step up there in just a few moments and show you where that'll be as we give you the final tour. But that person's going to be seating you on Sunday mornings. And that person will be known as the seat sheriff. Now, whether or not they'll have a badge, I don't know. But that person will be seating you each Sunday morning. Maybe a different person every Sunday, I'm sure it will be. But when a family or individual comes in and is finally up to the spot here that the seat sheriff will be there, you just wait right there. He will come back, and he will come back after he's through seating another family, come back and get you from this spot right here. He will ask you how many, which may be very obvious, and if there are any additional family members, if you've got somebody else coming, be sure to tell the seat sheriff at that point that you've got other family members come that you want sitting with you. Also, there will be a sign, and you can see this. There's a sign that's on the doors of both restrooms that say just one person at a time unless there is an emergency. So there'll be, during the service, there will be a safety team member that'll be out here, and they'll kind of know if someone's in the restroom. And unless it's an emergency, we just ask that you just wait until that person exits, until you go into the restroom. We're going to ask you to limit your trips to the restroom. If someone has to go to the bathroom during the service, please exit the pew on the side closest to where you are. But that'll make sense in just a moment when we show you the sanctuary. We don't want people crawling all over each other. Also, if you walk back over this way, tithing envelopes are right here in the rack. And please ask a safety team member to get those for you. We're trying to eliminate as much contact as possible and keep it as safe as possible here in the church. So the tithing envelopes are available, and if you want to get 2 or 3 of them, that's fine, so that if for some reason we're out of church again, that you've got some for future use. Also, we're going to keep the nursery closed for now, so just want to remind you of that. We have put the mailboxes, they have been removed, and we ask you not to use them for now. If you need to get a card to someone, we would ask that you mail it. There are some things that were in your boxes. You can see Juanette or myself. We know where these are. We'll get those for you. Or you can ask the safety team members. We'll let them know as well. We have 2 trash cans that are here in the vestibule. And so what we're asking you to do is that you clean up behind yourselves on Sunday morning. When you leave, if you will, just pick up any Kleenexes, any bulletins that you have. If you're not going to keep them, those kind of build up. Any candy wrappers that you have, please pick up all that and just put that in one of the 2 trash cans here. Also, the water fountain or the water cooler here has been temporarily closed. It's unavailable during this time. Please feel free to bring a bottle of water. By the way, I'm going to take a swig of the water right now myself. But we encourage you to bring a bottle of water if you think you'll need something to drink. The water fountain over in the Sunday school area has been closed, and the water cooler here has been closed off as well. Also, we have 3 hand sanitizer stations. These are located in the vestibule here. There's one in the Sunday school entrance, which, by the way, we're asking you, except for those that are counting money, that no one go back there for now. And there's going to be one in the fellowship hall as well. You're encouraged to use them on your way into the sanctuary and as often as needed. They are motion, and by the way, it is a liquid that's in here now. We don't have a gel. We don't have a foam in this time. We're going with what was available. And so it is motion sensitive, and so the trash can's been placed here so that for you can empty your tissues or trash, but it's also just as you're washing your hands off, just any drippage to go in there. So just do that. Do your hands, and your hands are sanitized and cleaned. And if you want to bring your own Germ-X for after you get to the pew, that's fine, but these will be available. There's a couple bottles over here that are available, small bottles, but this is completely touchless. And it says, love thy neighbor, sanitize thy hands. And so just feel free to use that. When entering the sanctuary, you will be directed by the safety team to your seating for the day. The seat sheriff will seat you. So we would just ask that you be patient and cooperate with them. The safety team has a plan, and we need to follow their direction. The new seating plan may not allow you to sit in your normal places. As a matter of fact, you're probably not going to be sitting in your normal places during this time. But your flexibility is appreciated, and your kindness will be appreciated for these that are helping to seat. The seat sheriff will escort you, the individual or the family, to the seating that the seat sheriff chooses. Okay, that's a mouthful. That the seat sheriff chooses. So that's up to that person. We ask that you cooperate with them. The sheriff will be sitting people starting at the front of the sanctuary. So the first are going to be close up to the front, and then we ask that the first individual or family on a row that they go all the way to the end of the pew up against the wall. And each open pew will have a maximum of 4 people unless there's more than 4 in the same family. The rows are blocked off have tape across. We'll show you that in just a moment. And there will not be any tape for social distancing. This row has blocked off right here, but on the regular row there's not tape for the social distancing. Most likely you will not be sitting in your normal seat. We're going to ask that once you have been seated, that you remain seated, that you do not change seats during the service. Now, if you have to go to the restroom, do that, but you need to come back to the same seat. Also, while we're back here, 2 things I want to show you. First of all, this is where we're going to put the offering. When you come into the sanctuary, if you already have your check or your envelope ready, you can drop it in then. Or you can, as you're coming in, you can go ahead and get one of the envelopes, fill it out in your seat. There's no pens in the pews, but fill that out. And then on your way out, you can drop it in the basket on your way back, on your way out the door. Also, this back pew right here is going to be reserved for the safety team. So just be aware of that. So now we're in the sanctuary, and as you can see, there's green tape that's here. Now, this row up here is blocked off. You can't see the green tape from there, but this is blocked off across here. The row right here is open. And so this one is closed, this is open, this is closed, this is open. So you can see it alternates all the way through the sanctuary. So to encourage the social distancing, when we're seating, it's going to encourage social distancing the way we sit you in the pews, and then also is the distance between you with the rows. So just in addition to that, because we've got a number of people that are saying they're coming back, we have some additional seating. We won't use this unless we absolutely have to. But we've got these chairs up here that we can use if we need to. They're 6 feet apart this way, and they're 6 feet apart from people this way. So just be aware of that. One of the, I guess the biggest changes that we have is that the board has made the decision, we've made it together, that we will not be having any congregational singing for a while until it is conclusive about the evidence about whether the disease is spread. The time we had that board meeting, and even now, a lot of people believe this is spread a lot more than what we think as far as through the air. So the virus, we don't want this to spread while we're singing, and that's a choice we made. We will be having specials that will be performed by, sang by individuals or played by individuals. Members of the same household may sing together, and musical instruments. Lois may be playing the organ some. So just a note of that. Also the choir, we will not be having a choir. The social distancing will not allow us to have a choir. So the choir, some of you have already requested this, just to alleviate the seating out here and to allow more space for others to sit. Some of you already requested the choir. You may be asked to sit in the choir. We've done that during funerals before. So just be aware that we will not be having a choir right away. Also, some of you have your own seat cushions in the sanctuary. All of those have been collected and placed in the closed pews that are at the back, towards the back of the church. And when you return to church, please notify the seat sheriff, and he will get it for you. At the end of the service, please feel free to take the cushion home with you. I guess we should have said, please take the cushion home with you. We're just trying to keep the spread of germs down. So just bring it back if you need to. Feel free to bring it back with you the next service. Also, we've already mentioned that every other pew is taped off. Another thing you're going to notice, and I don't know if you can see this in the video, if Lynette will kind of turn around here a little bit, you'll be able to see that the hymn books, the offering envelopes, all those things have been removed. The pens, everything's been removed. You still have the cushions. We left those on there for you, but everything's been removed to cut back on the cross-contamination and the spread of germs. The tied-in envelopes we've already mentioned are back there. The bulletins, I'm not sure if you can see it from there, but I'll bring these two bulletins. The bulletins will be placed in there will be 2 in each hymn rack. So we told you the maximum number of people in each pew is 5. 4 unless they're a family, a single family of 5. So the bulletins, there'll be 4 bulletins per pew. So just want to make you aware of that. As we mentioned before, I'll just, if you'll come back up this way for just a moment. Just remember that the offering plates are no longer up here we're not going to be using offering plates until it's safe to do so again. So just want to make you aware of that. The basket's back there, and if you are not coming back right away, you can still do everything you've done so far. You can get in touch with me. You can mail your tithe to the church. You can use Easy Tithe with the link that we provided, or you can drop them off at the parsonage or the church. Well, I'm up here at the pulpit, And so I want to just tell you this, that at the end of the service, after the closing prayer, please remain seated. You will be directed by the seat sheriff as when when your row will exit. So at the end of the service, Juanette and I will not be in the vestibule. We started that at the end in March, whenever this kicked in. So we will not be in the vestibule to greet you there. If you choose to fellowship in the parking lot or in the yard following the service, please adhere to social distancing and avoid physical contact. These are a lot of changes that we've went over today. And I know that church will not be the same as it was in previous months. However, God is still on the throne, and He's still worthy to be worshiped. We want to do so in the safest way possible, as the governmental guidance and the restrictions are lifted, and as we find that the virus is no longer a threat to our congregation, some of these measures will be lifted and are changed. Some will remain, as we have found that some are in our best interest going forward. For example, the hand sanitizer stations. We ask you that as we travel through these uncharted waters, that we all remember why we're doing this and who we are coming to worship. If you feel safe on August the 2nd, please bring your patience, your love, and your worship. And we look forward to seeing you then. Now, there's going to be a pause in this, and then I'm going to show you a quick video from the beginning to the end, as far as through the sanctuary, just to let you see how everything looks. Thank you.
Have you got it facing?
This is what you'll see whenever you come to the church. A big old welcome. And then as we go into the church, we're just going to show you when you come up the ramp, you will see the social distancing sticker there. You also see the sign on the door. There will also be on the card stand, there will be some more of the signage there just to help you. Then you see the 3 social distancing stickers that are on the floor. The door will be propped open when you come into the vestibule. There are 2 more of the social distancing signs that are there in the 2 trash cans for you to put your trash on the way out. You'll see the water fountains closed off. The masks are there. Ask a safety team member for those, and the tithing envelopes as well. And you'll see the Clorox wipes. We're going to be wiping everything down as much as possible. And you can see the signs are on the door, 1 person at a time unless an emergency. So love thy neighbor, sanitize thy hands. And this right here, this last social distancing sticker is where you will meet up with the seat sheriff, and he will take you to your seats. Remember, the back row is for the safety team, and there's the offering basket right there. And then, as we've already mentioned, we have every other row. Oh, looky, looky, looky. Who's that? Philippe or Philip. So, you excited about coming back to church, buddy? Okay. Well, thank you for all your help during this time. Now, as we turn around, we're just going to kind of walk up and just kind of show you those pillows are on the back pews. Remember that. And then every other row is marked off, and the books are removed. The bulletins will be in there just like that one. And you'll see the front row up here is open for Lois. So we'll have some reserve signs there. And then the pulpit area is set up without the plates. And this right here will just be overflow as we begin services back. And then the choir is also got the middle row of the choir that is blocked off. So just make you aware of that. So here we are. We're just going to kind of show you around the sanctuary. And Ed is social distance back there at the sound booth. We've got him. He's going to be social distance back there. He's in a good spot. And see, look, there's some of our happy people right there. But when Ed, you came in first, so you've got to come up to this front aisle. You're okay for right now? Yeah, we're social distance. Okay, well, thank you guys for listening and watching this video. We appreciate it so much. We're looking forward to being back in church with you. And Philip, you want to say goodbye too? Bye. Thank y'all for being with us. And we'll see you August the 2nd, Lord willing.